was a serious battle this year, and the team really had to dig deep to think of how we're going to make the truck better and being consistent. Pro Light's always a tough class. You never know what's going to happen, and it's the class that I started in really in pro racing with the Lucas Series. And you know, coming off losing the championship last season from just multiple things going wrong, and that's the way racing goes, but we just had to make a comeback, kind of show everyone that we are the best team in the Pro Light class. And the toughest thing about racing Pro Light is you have a lot of new young drivers coming up, and it gets tough. You have those guys that are going and just run into you, land on you, they're unpredictable. To be able to win Pro 2 in Pro Light, that's never been done, and in the same year, and we almost did it again. Like, it's not easy to win one class, but to win two, there's not enough time during the day there to focus on 2 championships, but somehow we make it work and go and win. And then we were on our way to winning 3 years in a row, which has never been done before. And man, it's really just came down to 2 issues I had during the year, and one of them was a black flag, and that's kind of out of my hands, which I thought was a really great call. And those things cost me the championship, and came up a few points short, and ended up second. For me, the scariest thing while racing trucks is catching on fire. And in my dirt bike career, it was all about the injuries, breaking bones. And this year, I actually got caught in a few fires in Pro 2. One of them, I was in Vegas running up front in the Pro 2. The truck caught on fire and came up through the motor compartment and into the cab, and it's pretty scary. So for me, starting a race team and running it and being the racer, it's not easy. There's a lot of things going on during my days just to get everything organized. And I don't just show up at the racetrack with my helmet and suit and go race. It's a lot more than that. We're at the shop, ordering stuff, building stuff, repairing, shipping stuff out. And let alone I have to go practice, I have to go to the gym and train. There's multiple things going on, and still ride dirt bikes because I feel like that's part of my edge. I'm still at the motocross track all the time, now especially more because my son Hayden races motocross and just signed a factory deal with KTM. And man, it's crazy to think, all the racing that's going on, and my daughter just won the Lucas Series in the kart class, the mini little off-road trucks. And a lot of our attention goes to that too. It's, so many different projects going on. Getting through X Games was all pavement, and that was, for me, I'm more of a dirt guy, but went out there and figured it out, qualified in the top 3, got taken out in the qualifier, but hey, that's the way it goes. And you're always trying to develop and make those cars better, and that's another part of my day, taking time to really focus on how to win at rally car. So looking back at 2013, I look at it and we were able to win a championship in truck racing and go out in rally car, and was able to finish, in the top 5 in that series. And it's been a good year. Look at what my kids have done. Like I said, I couldn't do it without guys like FRAM that come in and support what I'm doing, not just at one level, but across everything, and understand that my heart goes into all forms of racing and my family and going out and winning. And I think it's been a great partnership, and I look forward to many more years and just expanding and doing cool new stuff. That's what I've always been into, is just creating and developing and being the guy to be the first to do many more things. And I'm stoked on my partners that are beside me the whole way.